Yo. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Every time. It seems every time that happens. Well, forget it. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to another Limitless Core live stream. Hope you enjoy. Hope you ready. Hope you're ready to enjoy a stream. Hope you ready for at least the next hour. So go get your popcorn. Go get whatever you want to get ready for now, and we're gonna hop right into it, right? So you already know this is a weekly recap stream. What do we talk? What do I talk about every time we get together here, right? Take your notes, follow your story, right, and see where you're heading at, right? So I got my notes here. I hope you got your notes. We gonna spend an hour going over our notes together, pretty much. All right, fire. All right. So I'm gonna go to the past 7 days. This is my past 7 days. You feel me? This is my past 7 days now. You feel me? How you looking? How you looking? This is my past 7 days. Okay. See what I want to start with. Okay. So let's see what the first note of the week was. Let's see what the first note of the week was. Oh, okay. It's not thought or words. It was before thought or words. All right. So let me hop back to where I was when I wrote this note. Right. It's not thought or words. It was before thought or words. Right. Because when I was in this moment when I wrote down this note, I was going between the two places or the two realms between thought and what I would call peace, right? I will go between a thought space and then I'll hop back into the peace space, and I'll go back to a thought space and I'll hop into a peace space. And one thing that I've been testing by doing this, right, is if thought was the truth. Is thought the truth, right? And but by hopping back between the two, I've come to realize that the thought is not the truth. Thought can steer you in a way that may make reality seem like it was telling the truth, but most of the time, thought isn't the truth, right? And yeah, bro, like, yeah. So in that moment, I don't know why, but that's where I was, right? So, um, let's read it again. I'm a little excited. It's been a little minute. I ain't see y'all in a week. I'm happy to be back here streaming. I'm happy to be back on the channel. Um, I'm excited. But it's not thought or words. It was before thought and words, right? Um, and I also tie a little bit of um, the body into the thought. It was before both of these things, because while both of these things may seem like they are the truth, they weren't there when truth was there. You feel me? If you understand that, type it, write in the comments that you understood that. They weren't there for truth. They were created after. They were created, from truth, right? But they don't really reside in truth for the most part, which is wild. Which doesn't make any sense, because if they come from truth, how will they not reside in truth? Because you can get led astray by your thoughts and stuff, and the body as well also leads you astray just a little bit. But it's all good. Next note. The ego is always talking about the ego, right? If you ever wanted to be able to differentiate, differentiate, right, between an ego-led thing or what some people will call a true self-led thing, is the ego is always talking about itself, right? And that's from putting myself in positions or it's just experiencing life, right, in the different parts of life, different phases of life, or you can, become aware of different things and different things that you do on a daily basis, or different type of habits that you do, is I notice that, the ego is always talking about itself. It's always going on and on and on about itself all the time. All the time. So if you want to know if you're being led by the ego, try to talk about anybody else. Try to talk about anybody else and see if the conversation doesn't get led back to the ego, because it will. Because it will. All right. Um, body language. Oh, body language. Be big, fill the space, right? And that was something I wrote for the stream in general, right? Be big and fill the stream space, because I got all this space in here, right? So I need to be filling all this space, right? I need to be, I need to be, you need to be seeing me, right? I shouldn't be in this chair shelled up like this, leaning into the camera and stuff. And I'm gonna be, I'm gonna take up space, right? I'm gonna fill my space a lot better than I currently do, right? So, um, body language, sitting up straight, having great posture, and fill the space. So these are pointers that I wrote down for myself for stream, or for content in general, but pointers I wrote down for myself. Keywords, right? When I wrote down keywords, this is more so related to different words that you choose to use, right? That are just words that you use on a daily basis. Monitoring those different keywords. So those words that you use constantly, those are your keywords. Words that you use constantly are your keywords. And how do those keywords relate to you that you use? If you're going to relate yourself to words, you don't have to, but if you do, how do your keywords, they kind of represent you, right? Just a little bit. Represent what comes out of you. What comes out of you. That's really what the keywords really mean, is what represents what comes out of you, because that kind of represents you a little bit. So finding out what your keywords are. And this was one of the on the thumbnail of one of my videos last week. Free myself from the confines of my mind. Right. That's just sometimes, and when you're testing things out, or if you're a person like me, right, and what you like to do is to test stuff out, find out how different things work and stuff like that. Sometimes you can be doing something and trying to test something out and forget that you were testing something out, right? And you'd be like, oh, and that's how that's how kind of how they define learned behaviors and habits that you build, is things that you were doing, right? Possibly specifically for a specific reason, but you forgot you were doing them. So now they're just things that you just constantly do. That's how those things start to form, right? So from testing all this stuff out, I got a little stuck in my head a little bit. I was like, yo, this feels weird. Like my energy feel weird. Like my vibe feel off a little bit. Different words affected me differently, right? Like my body language wasn't great. I wasn't feeling like the most confident. I was like, bro, I'm stuck in my head. I was like, I'm stuck in my head right now, bro. How do I get out? I was like, how do I get out of here, bro? This is scary. That I am confined to, bro. But like, just understanding that that's where I was. Becoming aware of it is what really got me out of the space. And really helped me out in that moment when I was trying to get my way out of there, was just becoming aware of it. And that's a good piece of advice I can give to anybody who feels like they're stuck anywhere. Just become aware of the situation. That's really one of the secrets, for real. Just become aware of the situation, and then once you become aware, you kind of figure out from that point how to change whatever it is, or you just kind of go back to normal. Because all these extra things aren't your normal anyways. But that's something for later. That's why I think this is probably maybe one of my later notes. But yeah, you just get back to your actual normal and not the fake, all the fake on top of stuff. All right, next note. The storyteller. Have you met the storyteller? The storyteller whisks these grand stories. They almost make you feel like you're there. But can you trust the storyteller, who somehow is always there, whose stories sound better than the greatest show? I didn't finish it. I was writing a poem about the storyteller, right? And the storyteller can be one or two things, right? Um, the storyteller can be the ego, whispering you away in his magical tales, right? But can never follow through. Or the storyteller can be your actual self, coming from truth, and leading you to what you're actually heading towards, right? What your actual destination is. The false storyteller, right, um, doesn't lead you to anything. But that's why you educate the false storyteller. I go over that later in the notes, right? I'm not demeaning the ego, making it seem like it's the worst thing in the world. There are plenty of ways to take care of any situation in your life, right? So just because I say that doesn't mean that automatically makes the ego a bad thing or a bad person or a bad entity or whatever people want to call it. That's not what that means. That's just how I'm describing it as I'm talking right now. That's not it's not the same thing. You feel me? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. But it's okay. Okay? Alright. Let's hop into the next one. Figure out why you chose it and try to figure out how to change it. This goes back to um, understanding your habits, right? Figuring out how you chose your habit, right? You become aware of what made you start the habit in the first place. That's really how you figure out how to stop a habit, anyways. Right? You find the root, yank it out by the root, throw away the trash plant. Fill the hole, maybe put something new in the spot. You don't have to. You can if you want to, but you just grab it, pull it out by the root, get all the little weed roots out, right, and toss them, right, in trash in the compost. You don't got to toss in the trash. Throw it in the compost to be recycled and turned into something else, right? Um, and that's how you figure out how to change it. You find out what the root is. Why you chose to be like that. Why you chose to do this. Why you choose on a daily basis to do the same thing every single day, right? Why do you choose to do that? Is it for comfort? Are there other reasons? Is it situational? I don't know. All of those things could mean the same thing, right? But you find out for yourself. I'm not your daddy. So next note. The trick is they want to get you to believe you need to get it from somewhere, but you already have it. The trick, right, from the trick or treat, right, is they want you to believe that you have to get something that you need on the outside when you don't need anything in the first place, and everything you could ever ask for is you already have it inside, right? Or yeah, I'll just say inside because that's literally what I mean. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you already have it inside, right? And it's just waiting on you to bring it out. That's it. But the trick is that you out here searching your whole entire lifespan for something that you never gonna find. You search your whole entire lifespan out here, looking around in this place, looking for stuff that you're not gonna find, because it's not trying to be. You're not. It's like playing hide and seek with the best hider ever. You got the state champ hide and go seek. They never been found for 30 years. The kids are still looking for them 27 years later. How you lose 3 years? Because they went to the store, went to college for a couple of years, dropped out, came back, and continued the game and still get it found. Nobody still found them, right? So, how you gonna find the best hider in the world? I don't think you will. So stop. You're not gonna find what you think you're looking for out here. What you just find out that you all good, right? And you're not looking for nothing out here, right? And then it just magically begins to unfold for you because you realize that you're not finding out there, so there's only one other place to look on the inside. Oh, bro, I gotta look on the inside to find it. Oh man, there is nothing out here that's gonna make it okay. Oh man, I'm just diluting it. It's gonna come back later in 10 years when I have an existential crisis. Oh man. So don't dilute it, bro. You're not doing nothing about putting that band-aid on it. So I'm just letting you know. You ain't gonna find it out here, man. And that's okay. That's not what this place is for. This place, you don't get out here to find yourself. You find yourself in here. Right? And then, you all that other stuff, you attain it for different reasons. Right? The feeling behind attaining something when you're not looking for it externally is a different feeling. You attain that thing that you've been chasing your whole life so fast that it's ridiculous. But you spent your whole life searching for this one thing. And if you look for it out here, it ain't gonna hit the same. But you've been searching your whole life for the same thing. But if it comes from the inside and goes out, you're not getting or chasing something for those external reasons. It's an internal reason now that this happened for you. You get a sense of fulfillment that is far beyond any pleasure that you can grab out here. So don't get played. Don't get played with in this physical world. Don't get played with out here. You'll get this physical sense of pleasure. It ain't the same thing. It's not. That physical pleasure ain't the same thing, Mr. Beater. That physical pleasure ain't the same thing. That's why when you out here getting physical pleasure, all that happens when it's over is you either get sleepy or empty. But if you find but it hit kind of different, right? When you with somebody you really care about, like genuinely, y'all both feel the same because it's coming from the inside. Y'all are sharing something that's on the inside, so you might feel energized for something like that. But that didn't come from the physical. So I don't want you to get that mixed up. Don't get that mixed up. That didn't come from the physical. She could have been 300 pounds, right? And you could have been 450. You could have been 450. You got that amazing feeling. It's not because she was the most appealing person in the world. It's because there's a mutual connection. And that connection is shared. Not from the external world, but y'all connection is on the inside. That mutual connection is coming from the in to the out, and y'all are sharing that together, and that hit different. That hits different. It does. There ain't nothing like it. That hit different. Finding something that comes from the inside and then sharing it out is just a different thing in general. It's just different. It's just different. So I hope one day you have that type of experience. It hit different, man. It hit different. I hope for you. All right. Next note, humility. Right. This is a lesson for my ego. Humility. I told you, you're a part of growing the human race. Right. Is that your inside is really the tutor. Your inside is the tutor. And, as a kid in class, not even as a tutor, but more like a parental figure, if you want to think of it, right? And that parent helps guide your ego. They help lead your ego to make, the decisions that would actually fulfill you. And not that give you semi gratification, right? But the thing is, so many kids have a weird relationship with their parents, right? That they don't know how to be taught by a parental figure, right? So when they get the advice from their actual self, right, they don't listen because it feels like you listening to your parent. You're rebellious. Why would you listen to your parent if you're rebellious? Right? What? That dude don't know what he's talking about. What do you mean? I gotta be in the house by 7. No, I'm not. The street lights is not on. You said street lights. The lights ain't come on, but it's 7:15, but the lights not on. You didn't. You said street lights, but you also said 7. I only listened to the one part I wanted to hear. That's the same thing with the ego. It's a child. The ego's a child. It's a child that's learning. But if you can't, if you get fed up teaching, right? Right, you start having internal conflicts with yourself, right? You get fed up teaching. So now you're creating 3 entities on the inside of you. You thought it was 2, but it's 3. You created 3 entities on the inside of you by accident. You got your ego, you got the person that you have in your head arguing with your ego, and then you have your true self. Your true self don't speak that much. It gives you instructions, and it did. Your ego may listen, and your argumentative self, who is fed up with your ego not listening, is talking back to the ego, telling it why it's not listening. I'm gonna kick you to the curb, ego, if you don't listen. But this middle self thinks it's this. That's the thing people don't understand. This middle self thinks it's this, and it's not. It's still just the middle ground. It's just fed up, right? That's why when you evolve from being fed up, you drop this. Now there's only 2, right? And we don't want 2 either. The Bible says don't be like dual-minded or whatever, words that it chose. You want to combine those 2, right? Put them together like these fingers I got on my hand right now. You want to wrap them up, put them together. But the only way that's gonna happen is if your child learns how to listen to his parent. If you can't listen to your parent, then you're gonna be stuck dual-minded your whole life. Or back to here, you fed up, but you don't know how to get on fed up, so now you got 3 entities inside you instead of 2. Hey, I said get fed up in one of my videos, but the next step after being fed up is letting it go. Right? Hey, you're not gonna win this argument, man. Now you say, I understand. I know what I need to do next. You let go. That's what let it go is for. And now it's just these 2. And now the only thing that needs to happen is you trust. You get your ego to start trusting. Once you get your ego to start trusting these, man, they become like these. Like the homies. They get like these. They get like these. Yes. Like those. And that's how it works. To my current to my currentness as who I am at this very moment. Now, we might grow a little bit, but humility. But that humility is what not being humble creates 3 people. Learning how to be humble and letting go drops it back down to 2. Really being humble knocks you puts you as a singular-minded entity. Not even singular-minded, a single entity. I have a note in my phone for the single entities. Not single as in I don't have a partner, but the single entities. Like we're together. The entities that are, all of them is one. Not a whole bunch of different parts of themselves, right? But all of them is one. That's a single entity. Most people are multiple entities packed into a body. Most people that you meet have multiple entities inside them, but they don't consider it entities because they think it's their thoughts, right? They think they're thoughts, but you have multiple entities inside of you. You have multiple personalities. Most people have multiple personality disorder. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when people tell people they have disorders, right, they immediately get defensive because disorders have been made to look like they're so bad. Well, if you don't know how to accept something, right, and then learn how to move forward and adjust from their own, then they're gonna have a disorder their whole life. So come up with a different word. You just have multiple personalities, bro, and you need to deal with that. You just need to deal with that. That's it. All right, next. The Tales of Envy, the Tainted Heart. Ooh, the Tales of Envy, the Tainted Heart. Now, where was I at when I wrote this note? The Tales of Envy. I think I may have been watching a breakdown of an anime or a couple of anime, right? And I love reading people's stories, right? Because they write um, the wonderfulness of an author who wrote this story and really broke down the human personality, the human psyche, um, just all of those different pieces of a person and put it together and made this beautiful piece of art that you get to watch, analyze, and enjoy. Right? Is I love that. Right? But when I was reading this, when I wrote this down, I think I was watching an anime breakdown or something, and um, it brought me back to my heart meditation I do with you guys, right? Where I get you guys to hop into your heart, right? But I also let you guys know to drop all that stuff into the flame that we put in our belly so it can be recycled and we can get the soil ready for new plants, right? Um, but that's the taintedness, and those are different things that taint your heart, taint your taint your person, right? And envy is one of those. Envy is one of those things that taints people's hearts. They they want what somebody else has, even though they don't realize that they don't actually want what that person has. They really actually don't want it. They want what it seems like, what it seems to be, not what it actually is. But people don't understand that until they get what they don't want, right? And that sucks. That sucks for a lot of people. Honestly, that's trash. Why you gotta find out that you don't want something to find out you don't want something? You should just know what you like and what you don't like. Simple. That's why I write down what I like and what I don't like, and the people that I care about and the people that I don't care about, or the things I care about and the things I don't care about. But most people don't do things like that. And if they do, they do. That's fire. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. I'm happy because every time I meet people or I make homies or something like that, right, these are the things I talk about. Like, yo, figure out what you like. They be talking to me, telling me everything's going on in your life. I'm like, yo, you got to figure out all that stuff for yourself. But I can say some real smooth stuff to you that makes you think about life differently. But that's about all I can do for you. I can only say things. I can't make you do nothing, right? Um, and hope that whatever comes out of my mouth may persuade you enough to make a change in your life. That's about it. That's all I can do. I can't do nothing for you, but I can possibly help you, steer you to a path that maybe not, maybe shouldn't be your path because it's coming from a third party. And maybe you should assess that yourself, but maybe, hopefully, my words made you go home and assess it yourself. Hopefully, that is what actually happened. Because I really don't want to be telling people how to live their life. Because without me, you can be lost. And that sucks. You don't want to be lost. So, that's a long story that went all the way around my note for no apparent reason at all. But the Tales of Envy, the tainted heart. I just hope if you have a tainted heart, or if your heart is tainted at all, if you stay to the end for the meditation, we're gonna do our Monday meditation every single Monday, and drop all that stuff into the fire so it can be recycled. You turn the energy into something else and to be ready to be reused, and to actually nourish your being, right? So, but let's get on to the next note. More money is coming to me for sure. You right. You're right. It is. Appreciate it. Look at you looking out for me in the future, telling me something nice. I already do that, but I appreciate it. Where was that when I wrote that? I think I was just sitting on the couch, assessing my strategy for my content, um, going over different notes, looking at different thumbnails. Because it's cool. Honestly, I enjoy doing stuff like that. I enjoy doing research. So it's enjoyable for me. Um, doo. This is the body healing meditation that I went over earlier in the week. Explain reasoning for meditating while doing something that you have enjoyed as a child. It expands your creativity. That's why in my active meditation that I do basketball, right? Just to explain this really quickly, that's why I do basketball in my active meditation. That's something I did as a child, right? Um, opens me up, it relaxes me a bit, and it expands my creativity. I play around, right? Like a kid, like I'm a kid again. I play around with the ball. I do crazy shots. Sorry, I was picking skin up, man. But I do crazy shots, work out, try different moves, and just play around. I dance, I sing songs. Um, and I just be a little free for a while, free on the court for a while, right? And that's why I choose basketball as my active meditation spot. That's why I say go do something that you enjoy when you do that active meditation, because that's the whole point of it. The whole point of it is to reopen you up to your childlike self, right? It expands you a little bit. It opens up that narrow mind that you may be living in from living in the everyday working person's life, right? Where you're tunnel vision on something and you can't see outside of that line. But you go do something that's not so um, focused, right? And it can allow you to be like your natural free flowing self. It expands you a little bit. It may not open you up completely, but it opens up that road for you, so you can see a couple more things. And that's really the whole point of that meditation. I don't know if I've ever properly explained that, but there we go. Maybe I might save this clip, put it at the beginning of that meditation. You never know. We'll see. But next note, neutralize. Right? This is something I learned recently over the past month-ish or so. Neutralize. So, as you know, there is a positive and there's a negative, right? But there's also a neutral zone. And the way that I have been using this neutral zone, right, is you move away from these two teetering sides of the seesaw, right? They one side wants to go up, one side wants to go down, one side wants to go up, one side wants to go down. It's a teetering seesaw, right? The only zone that can keep it centered is if somebody goes and stands in the middle, right? Now nobody can go up or down. They got the even proportional weight. If both sides on this side of the side are relatively around the same weight, right? Somebody standing in the middle, not a beam just sitting still, Oh, can't nobody seesaw no more. You're not up and down no more, right? And that's the whole point of neutralizing, right? Sometimes you need to hop on a neutral ground. You too positive, right? Hey, some may say there's nothing wrong with being too positive. I don't know if there is, but I'm just saying you too much on the positive side, right? Well, people a lot of times when they're too positive, they don't know how to pick themselves back up. They only know positivity. So if people keep beating them up, right, they might go in the gutters and never get out of the gutters ever again. They never knew how to see something from a neutral zone, right? Bam. Now you're too negative. Now you may get some positivity in your life, but you still seeing all the negative mess. They never seen life from a neutral zone, from a third party, right? Now they don't know how to neutralize either. So they gonna be successful, but they can't trust nobody. They can't be around people. They trust absolutely nothing, no one around them, right? They're too negative. They can't trust somebody if you're so negative, right? So instead of sitting on either one of these two sides, you hop into neutral space. Man, let me take a step back and look at the situation. That's all it is. It's a different word for stepping back from whatever it is and taking a neutral outlook on whatever is going on. Or another way, even a similar way, is just to hop away from either one of those two sides. Honestly, you could just say neutral. You could honestly just say neutralize and hop into a neutral state. So now you're no longer overly positive, but And you're no longer sitting in a negative. You're just constantly in the neutral state, right? I had a buddy come stay here for a while. He was like, bro, this my woman wasn't here, right? He came to stay here for a while, right? And he was like, bro, this is the most neutral feeling house I've ever been in. I said, thank you, bro. That's what I've been working on. I appreciate that. He was like, bro, it doesn't feel positive and it doesn't feel negative. It just feels neutral. I said, I appreciate it. Thank you. That is amazing because that's what I've been working on, bro. So, but, you know, neutralizing, hopping in a neutral space, knowing when it's not the time to be overly positive or when it's not the time to be negative, right? Who says there's a time to be either one of those things? Who says time even exists? But besides all those ridiculous points, just hopping in a neutral space, stepping back from the situation and, assessing it differently can help. So neutralize. Be myself, not who I think they want me to be. I had a little trouble with this when I first started doing this channel, right? Not really, but naggingly, right? Ego-wise, right? It's trying to be like, yo, they don't like you. See your videos? Oh, see those dislikes? Oh, you see the views? Oh, yeah, I'm getting to you, huh? I'm getting to you. You feel differently about this decision now, right? Or you want to take a step back, don't you? Huh? Oh, it's okay. Step back. Don't do it. It'll be here tomorrow. Shh. He don't know. He don't know if there's a tomorrow or not. He don't know. He don't even know. But there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. Relax. No, never mind. Get pent up. Yeah, frustrated. But don't let it go. Yeah, hold on to that. Hold on to it. And then I'm like, I'm not being myself. Who is that guy talking? What is even going on right now? And why was he so persuasive? I took a break. I was like, this guy is persuasive. I should have been ready for this. This guy has all the cars, man. But I am very good at 21. I am very good at getting the card I need. Not the card I need, the perfect card for the time. You feel me? Oh. Did you say hit me? Yeah, hit me. He don't know I got 2 5s. All I need is an ace. Got the ace. 21. You feel me? It is what it is. Got the ace, moved on. Decided, hey, don't need to listen to this guy. He don't know what he's talking about. Move on. Be myself, not who they want me to be. They wanted me to be the guy who does not continue to do what he said he was going to do. Nah, it's not happening. Nah, it's not happening. I already been there before. They don't have nothing for me. So, I'm not going back. It's not happening. Oh, man, that's not happening, bud. I'm going to keep moving forward. Yeah, bud. Hey, you may try to knock me off that horse, talking to myself. But I'm going to get back on every time. You'll get tired. But I'm a long distance runner. I'm alone, and you know anybody that ever met me? They tell you I run forever, and it look like I'm not even running. They all, back in the days, they'll be like, bro, it looks like you're not even running. But you just going around and around and around. I'm like, I just found a good pace, and I'm going to keep on going steady at it. That's my pace. I'm going to find my pace. When I hit my stride, I'm going to be good. And on the way up to finding my stride, hey, I might get tired, I might hit some bumps in the road, I might want to quit. But I'm going to figure it out. So, it is what it is. And then I figure it out. Because I always do. Now, next. Magnetic versus electric. So, you saw this video earlier in the week. This is on the last stream, actually. Electrical signal being sent out So what are you sending out, right? And that's just what you're sending out from inside. That's why you check on yourself, check on your inner world, see what's going on with yourself, right? Because that's what you're sending out. And then magnetic pulls it back in. So whatever you're sending out, it's obviously coming back to you. We live in a boomerang world. We live in a boomerang world. You throw the boomerang and it's gonna come back. It's a boomerang world. That next, limit breaking discoveries. That's going to be something I work on here soon. So stay tuned. Real life footage of me in the manifestation. So I'm gonna one of these times I'm a warp into the inside of the manifestation. Like my physical body's gonna warp in there, and I'm gonna have on a GoPro my forehead for y'all, right? And it's gonna be a real live, actual manifestation, visual that y'all get to see in real time. But just wait on it. Whenever I successfully do this, be prepared. We're gonna do a real live. I'm gonna put a GoPro on my head and I'm gonna phase out of here. I'm gonna phase out of here. I'm laughing, but I'm also dead serious. I'm gonna phase out of here. I'm gonna put the GoPro on my forehead, and y'all gonna be able to see the other world. Wait on it. All right, better. Or better is the next note. So whatever it is, or better. The moment is now. The moment is always now. There is no moment other than right now, honestly. And since that moment just passed, that moment no longer exists. It's just on camera. Don't mean it still exists. It's just a video. You can't pull this video off this screen and put it over here. You don't have those abilities yet, brother. Or sister. I haven't seen anybody with those abilities yet. And if you do, come show me. I'd love to see. But if you can't pull this video off this thing and put it over here beside me, then that moment ain't here no more. That's just a video of a moment. That moment's not here, bro. So the only moment is right now. And that moment already left. So what you gonna do next? Okay. Apply these tools and your life will change. These are just me going over the different tools that I've assessed for myself, to teach myself. Learn how to be a more accepting learner, right? Of things that I may not know, right? So accepting of that I don't know everything, right? And that's okay because the information is readily available to me. I'm not saying because I can Google it. I'm just saying because the information is readily available to me. And you can perceive that however you want to. All right? The information is readily available. And I can get it whenever I want to. So I don't have to fake like I know everything and then be somebody who actually doesn't know anything. Because the people who fake like they know everything usually know nothing. Right? So I don't want to be one of those cats. I'd rather be a big dog. I'd rather be a big dog. Than one of those cats. I'm just joking. I have nothing against dogs or cats, But I'd rather be someone who understands that I don't know everything. I have full of the access to get whatever information I may think that I may need in whatever moment that is. It is what it is, and I don't need it because I already got it. But whatever information is readily available to me is readily available to me, bro. It is what it is. All right, next. Make the viewer feel included with the title. So I'm just, in this note, I'm trying to improve my YouTube game. You feel me? I'm over here trying to improve my YouTube game. I want y'all to feel more engaged, right? So if y'all do have any tips for me with the channel, the titles, the thumbnails, or whatever, what you thought about everything, the vocals, or anything at all whatsoever, I would really appreciate that. From the bottom of my heart, I really would. Just so I know what to do better, right? And what parts I can cut out or what I can add more to everything, right? So I would really appreciate it. You don't have to, but I would really appreciate it. All right? This meditation will change you instantly. That's the title. Because I have some meditations in my bag that may actually change you instantly. I'm not even gonna hold you. I got some meditations in the bag that might change you instantly. I'm not gonna hold you. You know, I'm pretty good at this. I've been showing other people like different ways to do it. Another recollection of my buddy being here, right? Um, I was showing him a little ways of meditating to relax. Because when he got here, bro, he shoulders tense, body tense, posture tense, face tense, right? And I'm like, bro, you gotta relax. You gonna age fast if you don't know how to relax, right? You so tensed up. You think that's how you gotta move every day. In all honesty, you hurting yourself. You gotta get it together, brother. Because I ain't trying to pick your broke butt off the ground. So get it together. So I don't have to do that. I mean, I will if I got to, right? Because you a homie. But like, if I don't want you to have to get there, that's the whole point, right? So I show him how to meditate. Walk him through the entire steps, right? Just like I do in the videos. Walk him through the entire steps. He followed along. He said, "Bro, I feel so much better." He said, "Yo, that actually worked. You're actually good. It's actually good, bro." I was like, "Appreciate it, bro." That was when I first got the idea to do the channel. That was like 6 months ago. That's when I first got the idea to do the channel. I thought about wanting to do it. Thought about it. I didn't pull the trigger. And then I finally, for New Year's, I was like, my resolution is I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull the trigger. So I did it. Here we are. Are you curious or lost? Ooh, now this one was a good one for me. Am I just curious by nature, or do I love just being lost? Am I curious by nature, or do I just love being lost? Right? Because you can have a love affair with being lost. Honestly, you can. You know, you can honestly have a love affair with being lost. It's not a far-fetched thing by any means to have a love affair with being lost, right? So, are you curious or do you just love being lost? It's a great question to ask yourself. Because I had to ask myself that question, and I was like, I'm curious, but at the same time, sometimes I go a little far, and it's like, do I just like that feeling of having to dig out of that hole? So, am I enjoying the fact that I have to get unlost in this process? Like, is that what it is, or is it because I'm just curious, right? But ask yourself the question. You never know what might come up. You can't be scared to be wrong, right? The only way you're gonna ever grow and open yourself up to that wonderful place that has all the information that you will ever need, that you will ever ask for, right? Is by not being scared to be wrong. A lot of times when you face your fears, the truth shows up for you, right? And a lot of people are just scared to be wrong, right? And if you're scared to be wrong all the time, you're gonna be wrong all the time. And then it's an oddness. We live in a boomerang world. I'm telling you, bro, it's a boomerang, right? If you're scared to be wrong, for whatever reason, they give you back wrong shit. It's like, oh, I didn't want that. Oh, I didn't want that either. But you're not scared to be wrong about what you're sending out, right? So now you understand you're in the world, right? And now you're not scared to be wrong about what you're sending out. Now in the process of manifestation, a lot of people, they mess up because they scared to be wrong about manifesting. They told somebody already, so they already messed up their confidence in the first place because they told people, right? And now you got unnecessary pressure on yourself, and now you're scared to be wrong. Oh man, or am I gonna be wrong? Is it gonna come through for me, or am I gonna look like a fool? I don't look like a fool. Dang. Now I'm scared to be wrong instead of looking forward to being right. I told you I can do it, and I'm looking forward to proving myself correct that I can do it. Or are you on this side? I told you I can do it, but I'm scared to let myself down. Man, that ain't the side you want to be on, brother. I don't know about you as a person. For me personally, I don't want to be on that side. I want to be on the side where I told you I was gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it all right. I told you I'm gonna do it, And I'm doing it. Look at me. You see me? I'm doing it. You feel me? I'm cleaning these floors, you know? It's gonna be clean in here. You feel me? I'm doing it. You ain't gotta worry about me. Hey, you got no reason to doubt me, brother. Brother, you can trust me. Now you trust yourself. That's easy. This is piece of cake. Piece of cake. All right, next. Don't be scared to be wrong, man. All right. The building blocks of success. I'm scared, but I will succeed. Man, it's okay to be scared sometimes, man. But you can't stop at fear. You got to stiff arm fear in the face. Get out of my face, fear. I am what I said I am. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. I am what I said I am. I told you already. I don't need to repeat myself. I ain't going to repeat myself right now. You keep asking me the same question. But I ain't going to give you what you're looking for. You're going to have to watch me. Hey, look. You see me doing what I said I'm going to do? Yeah, keep on watching me. Enjoy. I hope this is the best thing you've ever seen in your life. Because I'm going to do exactly what I said I'm going to do. Exactly. Because I am what I said I am. Oh, shoot. All right. Next note. Conquering anxiety from rush to flow. Right? That's another title idea I got for maybe one of my videos. But, you know, conquering that anxious part of yourself. You don't even got to say conquer, man. You can say, you know, I came into it. You know, I saw you was anxious, brother. And I said, brother, you don't have to be anxious no more. Hold my hand. And you held my hand. We stood together. Our hands were synced up together. And we was just, you know, you was feeling my non-anxious energy. And you relaxed. And now we good. We in sync now. You no longer anxious, man. We in sync. We good. We're good. So you can hop back in your flow. It's all good, man. It's all good. Now, brother, I love you, bro. Now go on and be great like you always were meant to be. And then you walk off into the sunlight, being great. Look at you, being all great and stuff. Being all that greatness. You so dang great. I love you, man. I applaud you for being everything you were meant to be. You are fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Next note. There are 3 levels, soul, body, and mind. We will extend on that later. Take ownership of my life. I told you the conversation, right, that my ego was having with me. Bro, you don't gotta do this. Nah, this not the one for you, bro. You see them views? They not messing with you for real. They don't even like you, bro. Do you like you, bro? Stop, chill. Go back to doing what you were doing before. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Oh, you said you wanted to do something new with your life. Nah. Same old, same old. Yeah. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with it, though. You're just gonna keep dreaming. And that's where you're gonna stay. And I said, no, sir. I don't got nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with my dreams. But when I see my dreams, I make them to a reality. And that's what I'm gonna do. I said, yo, bro, you gonna stop whispering in my ear. We gonna be on the same team. I don't care if I gotta beat you in one-on-one or not. By the end of this game, we be hugging and saying we love each other. Because we homies. We one and the same. Now we gonna get this together. And we gonna work together. Now let's go. And he said, I got you for a little while. But you know what? I do see the vision now. Let's go. I said, I appreciate it. Let's go. Get on the bon voyage. We taking off. Set sail to the next venture in life. Take ownership of my life. When you give something a name, you give it power. Kind of like that anime about the slime. I don't know if you ever seen the time I got reincarnated as a slime, as the anime, right? And as he was naming, giving these different creatures and anime names, right? They got like exponentially stronger, right? And they were getting stronger because he was so strong, right? So when you're giving names to your stuff, you're giving those things power, right? Because you are an extremely powerful being for some reason. Don't know. I do not know why. But for whatever reason, you just happen to be, right? And when he's naming them, they gain that exponential power, right? And that's it. They just got XP buff. XP times 2 for an hour. They were over there fighting enemies, getting mad buffs. That's what happened. So when you name your stuff, you inherently give those things power. That's all I'm saying there. Next note. My name is Source. Tell your mind to apologize to your body for holding it back. Tell your body to apologize to your soul for trying to take over. Now I'm gonna read that again. Tell your mind to apologize to your body for holding it back. And tell your body to apologize to your soul for trying to take over. We'll read it for one more time. Tell your mind to apologize to your body for holding it back. And tell your body to apologize to your soul for trying to take over. Now, we'll get into this a little bit later because I do for sure have a note that ties this in. I told you some of my notes build on top of each other for whatever reason they just do, right? Because maybe I don't write all the information out at that moment. Sometimes I just write short blurbs, right? And then it get finished up later in the week somehow, some way, all right? And I came to this right here, right? Now, I said, right, the mind, the thought, is a child. Inherently, is a child, right? And the child's job is to learn from his parent. Now, I believe it was Einstein said something like this. The slave has become the master, or something similar to that. That's some crazy verbiage. But something around the slave has become the master, and the master has become the servant. Oh, the servant has become the master. I said slave. That's crazy. It's Black History Month. I'm black. Please give me a pass. The servant has become the master, and the master has become the servant. Right? Now, inherently, that just means that the mind decided it was going to take over. It is a hostile takeover, and the mind is trying to run the show. The only problem is the mind don't know what he's doing. He has no data. The mind is just a database. Why do you think that there is so much space in there? There is so much storage in there because it's supposed to be learning information, right? But the mind ain't learning nothing because it think it know everything, right? It's like a child telling his parents, oh, I know better than you, mom. I know better than you, dad, even though the parents got the experience. The parents got the EXP in life, right? But the kid, just like every kid in the world, right, thinks it knows better than the parent. Every time. They always do, right? And that is the mind. The mind thinks it knows better than its parent in this very sphere of life that we live in at this very moment. The mind be thinking stuff like that. When inherently that's not correct at all whatsoever. It's not. It's just not correct. It is what it is. All right? And so it tries to run a show. But the mind is fearful because the mind becomes aware of the body. And then the body becomes aware of itself. And now the body is trying to defend the mind because it wants to stay alive. Right? The body is now trying to defend the mind and itself, right? Because it knows it can die at this point. It doesn't have the reassurance from the parent that it's going to be okay. It's being led by a child who does not know how to work it at all whatsoever and does not know how to make it better doesn't know how to hit the right switches to keep everything in play, and just ends up lost, like a child would. If you put a child in the woods and he had no training, it would get lost. And that's what happens. Short story short, that's what happened to all these people around the world for some reason. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But now that you're aware of it, you can decide that the child has to now become a student or becomes the child again, right? And begins to listen to his parent once more so that it can actually use the storage space that that is made with to, learn, right? And so in this symbiotic relationship, you learn, right? And all of you gets better. And the body stops being scared of dying. The mind stops creating irrational thoughts, right? That are scared, that scares itself. And, the parent is like, look at you growing. That's my boy. Or that's my girl. Right? And that's how that works. Figure it out. Next note. Understanding that you are allowed to do these things. Understanding that you are allowed to do these things. There is no one here making up rules except for people who don't know you at all whatsoever, don't know you personally, have never spoken to you once, and have no idea what you go through on a daily basis. So why are they making rules for you? Govern yourself. Make your own rules and decide that you and your opinion, not even your opinion, but your decisions for yourself far outweigh what anybody else has to say. Far outweigh it. Not like the rebellious child, right? Who is putting themselves in a terrible predicament because they're being stubborn, but you're making a trusted decision by yourself, for yourself, right? And you trust that you're ready to follow through with that decision, But next note, understanding that you allowed yourself to do these things, right? And this comes to habits. This is another way to break habits. I come up with so many ways to do the same thing because there are so many ways to do the same thing. If one way is not working, there are so many other ways that you can do something, right? There is an infinite amount of options, and there literally are. There are an infinite amount of options to do the same thing. Literally, right? No one way is the correct way. And you feel me? So like you have options. If that for whatever reason doesn't work for you, you have other options. And the other option is this: understanding that you allowed yourself to do these things. You, the person with the problems. The person with the problems, you allowed yourself to be that way. You allowed all these things in your life. You need to take ownership for everything you've done to yourself and for yourself by yourself. You take it, not somebody else, not this other person that had nothing to do with the decisions you made. You made those decisions. Now you take ownership. You allowed yourself to do it. I'm not saying you did something bad. Stop making it negative. I know how you feel. You're like this guy telling me, who does he think he is? This light-skinned dude on this device I'm looking at. I'm just some random dude who just so happens to take notes. And just so happens to be on this screen. That's it. That's all I am to you because you don't know me. And all I'm telling you is you understand that you allowed yourself to do it so you can take back your life. Facts. Facts. All right, next note. Take back your life. Next note. Original content for shorts. Another idea for the channel. Okay. That is Wait for it to come, and when it does, and you're asked if you are ready to receive, say yes and take it. Say yes. When your blessing has arrived, accept your blessing and move on. Next. This is a meditation I have for us. I don't know if I want to tell y'all this because people steal content on the internet. But just know this meditation is a love meditation, right? But it's also a visualizing meditation. But it incorporates someone that you love inside the meditation. So when you see this on the channel, stay tuned. It's coming soon. Something special. You are that something special. You. I can't see you, but my finger is pointing at you. You are that something special. For sure. You for sure is. And you're probably handsome. You're probably beautiful. I don't even know for real, but that's what I heard on the street. Word on the street. Word on the street is you one of those. You one of them. You one of them. I'm messing with you. I love them one of thems. Yeah, I love them one of thems. You one of thems. Alright, next note. Stop being dramatic. Stop. Stop being dramatic. It's not that serious. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. You don't need to make it a big deal. You don't. It ain't gonna do nothing for you. You gonna feel tired and drained later. That's what you gonna feel. Do you actually want to feel like that? I mean, if you do, by all means, have fun, boo boo, do your thing. But if you would like to be here on this channel with me, you better stop being dramatic. You better get over it. You better move forward. I'm not saying bury it in the hatchet and don't deal with your stuff. I'm saying it ain't that deep. It ain't. It never is. There ain't nothing that deep on this planet. There ain't nothing that deep in this universe. It ain't that deep. So don't make it that deep, because you don't have to. Assess your situation properly and move forward. Do your thing. I'm over here because I love being great, and I hope you love the same thing. Peace to the Middle East. Next note. Stop being dramatic. Get ready to win. Yep. Be prepared to win. Yep. Be prepared. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. Get prepared to win. Get ready to win. Both of those are tied into each other. I don't know what your win is, but get ready. I don't know why. I don't know why your win's showing up right now. Hey, but your win is here. And it's crazy. Your win is here, bro. And it's crazy. Or shorty. Or woman. Or lady. Or brother. Or man. Your win is here. I don't know. Or non-denominational. That's funny. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't offend nobody. But all I'm saying is, be prepared to win, for sure. Be prepared to win, for sure. Because your win is here. For sure it is. It's been waiting in the dough. I told you live stream. Dude, it's behind the dough creeping, looking and doing, being weird and stuff. But he will cool off. It's gonna cool off when the show up. Like, oh! You like, oh shit, what is? Oh. You here? And then be like, yeah. Bro, I've been waiting this whole, it's floating in the air. Yeah, I've been waiting this whole time. Yeah, I just been behind the door. You been behind the door? Yeah. I just been behind the door this whole time. Yeah, I just been you take forever, bro. I just been forever? How long you been here? Oh, I just been here ever since you asked for it the first time. Ever since the first time you asked, I've been here this whole time. Yeah, I don't know why you took so long, to be honest. It's okay though. I'm here. And then you get it. Simple. I think my PC is crashing. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. We all go through things and we'll be okay. Simple. We all go through stuff and we will all be okay. Simple. Next. Those who are important already love you. Simple. Those who are important in your life already love you. Simple. They do. They really do. And they just want the best for you. So all you gotta do is, see the best for yourself. Because they already looking for it. They over there, trying to work their background stuff, trying to help you out. And all you gotta do is be like, I agree. The best. The best. Next, no. They already love you, bro. They already do. We gotta help ourselves and we can do it together. That's the point of the channel. We gotta help ourselves, but we can help ourselves together. You don't have to do it by yourself. You can do it together with a group of people or whatever, right? And that's the point of the channel. You don't gotta do it alone. So if you enjoy the channel, hopefully subscribe and join, comment, and you don't gotta do it by yourself, bro. Or sis. You don't gotta do it by yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because my PC, it sounds like it's dying. So we're gonna have to follow up these notes. I guess I had too many. I'm over an hour and my PC sounds like it's dying. So let's go ahead and hop into the meditation for tonight, right? And we're gonna go ahead and set the space. Set your space however you feel, right? And we can go ahead and get quiet. And when you get in your space, I want you to shift to your heart. And we're going to go ahead and turn on that flame. Flame is on. Right? And now we're here just, chilling the yard at the heart, Moving the soul around. Pulling up those weeds are just falling into the flame. All that's been, the temptation, the envy, all the things that have been trying to taint you, try to taint any part of you, is just falling right into the fire. And after we've done all our chilling, we can go down to the logs where the fire is, move the logs around a little bit, make sure the fire is still running like it's not nice, like it's supposed to, because we want to get it all warm. Then we're going to hop back up to the heart. And we're just going to gently lay and just rest. Thank you. Now that the meditation is over, you may have some side effects from this meditation: joy, relaxation, and you might have gas. Like you might have to use the bathroom. If you visualize the way that I visualize, I go and I just, all the stuff that's not necessary inside, I go use the bathroom, get it all out of my body. Right? And let the waste go. I just let the waste go. Right? Literally. In this physical place, I just let the waste go. Right? But I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. Hope to see you back next time. And I appreciate you. I might even love you. But I'm for sure glad you woke up today. And I'll see you next time on Limitless Core. And I almost forgot, we all got that Limitless Core, baby. And peace.